Hi there, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers, and we want to make sure we give you a look at the conditions on the 511 map. If you plan on hitting the roads, areas in northern Minnesota and just south of the Twin Cities are seeing some major snow on the highways, or some highways on snow on the major highways. It comes with a significant dip in temperatures. Ben, I feel like I'm thinking about snow, not major snow, but major highways, my friend.
I was about to say major snow. Think of how far we've come where a dusting of snow is considered major these days. Guess what? It has been nearly 3 weeks since we've seen snow falling from the sky, believe it or not. So any little bit of snow we see is actually kind of a big deal. Let's take a live look at radar right now. We'll show you where some of those briefly heavier bands are. It's a very localized spot right now that's basically done with the Twin Cities Metro, but just north and east of town, just east of Chisago County, moving into Polk County, Wisconsin. Osceola seeing some briefly heavy snowfall. It's snowing in St. Croix Falls. Amory about to get some snowfall as well. A quick dusting of snow there, and that's pretty much all we're looking at. In the meantime, temperatures certainly cooling off as well. 32 degrees right now, and it gets colder to our west and to our north and west, and you can expect these cooler temperatures to stick around for, well, we'll call it the foreseeable future. No more 50s in the forecast anytime soon. So basically for the Twin Cities Metro, we are done with the snow other than a couple of stray flurries, and temperatures holding pretty steady in the lower to middle 30s today. And we'll talk about if any additional warming trend or if any additional snow is in our forecast coming up, Alexis.
Hopefully none. Hopefully I didn't speak anything to existence.
All right, don't speak too soon.
Thank you, Ben. Well, this week is the first week on the job for the new Minneapolis Public Schools superintendent. Today, Dr. Lisa Sales Adams sat down to break down her plans for the future. She tells us so far she's held an all-staff meeting, talked with principals, and visited schools. Sales Adams says her February start means she gets to spend some of her first days actually seeing what's happening in the district. From there, she will work on a strategic plan moving forward.
What I've heard are our principals are the best. Our teachers are the best. What I've seen are happy students. I've seen engaged parents. I have seen staff that are collaborating with each other, wanting to showcase all the awesome things that are happening.
And Sales Adams says she's ready to tackle staffing shortages, improving academic achievement, especially among students of color, and school safety. Well, right now, the man who shot a teen in the parking lot of a St. Paul Recreation Center is in court as a judge prepares his sentence. Xavier Binford Jr. says pleaded guilty to first-degree assault in December. He was an employee at Jimmy Lee Rec Center when he got in an argument with two teens and shot one of them in the head. It left him with a traumatic brain injury. The family of the teen is now suing St. Paul and Binford Jr. for damages. Police in St. Paul are warning people to watch out for a pack of dogs after they say a young girl was attacked. Officers say it happened yesterday after the 7-year-old got off of the bus near Dale Street and Van Buren Avenue. She was walking home with her mom at the time of the attack. Someone nearby was able to scare the dogs away, but police say the girl has multiple dog bites. Fortunately, she is expected to be okay. Investigators are looking for a group described as pit bulls in the area. Well, former President Donald Trump has another win in his campaign for the White House. He came out on top in last night's Nevada Republican caucuses. It's his fourth win in his path to the GOP nomination. He adds 25 of Nevada's 26 delegates, giving him 62 total. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley did not participate in the caucuses, calling them rigged. Instead, Haley decided to run in Tuesday's GOP primary in Nevada, where she lost to the none of these candidates option. The next Republican primary is South Carolina on the 24th. Meanwhile, a special counsel report on President Biden's handling of classified documents says he wouldn't be convicted by a jury. Danny Spiewak shows us what part of the report the president is pushing back against.
A special counsel investigating President Biden's handling of classified documents has found that the president did not commit any crimes, that his conduct did not rise to any criminal level. However, the special counsel named Robert Hur wrote in a 388-page report that Biden's memory was failing, in his opinion, and said that he struggled to remember key dates like his vice presidential term and even the date of his son Beau's death. However, President Biden arranged a news conference last night pushing back on that narrative, saying that his memory is fine and reminding the public that those interviews with the special counsel were conducted in the days after Hamas attacked Israel.
Well, if you or your kids are still working on making their college decisions and choices, we have good news from the U of M. The university is extending confirmation deadlines at all of its campuses, but because of delays with the FAFSA. The new deadlines differ by campus. Here in the Twin Cities, future Gophers have until May 15th to confirm they are enrolling in the school and applying for housing. Financial aid applications also need to be in by March 15th, 2 weeks later than the original March 1st deadline. With our colder weather this weekend, St. Paul is taking advantage with a transformation. An ice bar creating process is now underway. If you search Capital City Ice Bars, you'll come across the 11 participating locations in a mile-long stretch. It's all happening downtown in part of the West 7th neighborhood. Just 5 minutes away at the Capitol, crews are preparing for the Red Bull Heavy Metal. Tomorrow only, you can watch some of the world's best street snowboarders show off their skills. Well,